Hello and welcome to a quick video about a couple of events hosted by our Overlanding club, the Illinois Overlanders. The first event was our Introductory Overlanding Academy, and the point of this was to test a theory. We couldn't figure out why a club with 1,000 members would have so few people show up at actual adventure type events. We had two theories. Either people just aren't that into the actual adventures, they're more into buying the gear and building cool rigs. Nothing wrong with that. The other theory was that people were intimidated because they just really didn't know how to use the gear. So we decided to do an experiment on the second theory. So we offered absolutely free of charge an introductory academy to the pastime of overlanding, hosted in Northwest Indiana at my sister's horse farm. It was absolutely free of charge, and some experienced members of the club hosted topics that were insightful, hopefully, and really important for a basic understanding of this hobby.
It's based on the serial number.
Right.
You got enough light?
Yep.
But even then, you still can screw it up.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here's the thing you did, research. And like 2% of people do research.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
at
really,
98%. I just put
Death level is a pounded cheese. It can be solved, and it's not with steering
9
stabilized.
years ago, I went to a dealer show when I used to sell guns. I went to a dealer show in Las Vegas. And that's when, if you're into guns, you're familiar.
Well, it's morning here. Beginning of what we've been calling the Introductory Overlanding Academy. Our first attempt at doing so. We kind of got a few things set up last night. Here's the dogs. Yuri and Tanner, Sparky, the Hummer. Kathy's kind of finishing up her breakfast. Got the tent set up. And this is my sister's farm, that's good, Apple Blossom Trails. It's a horse boarding facility. She allowed us to use it as the venue. We used it last fall, winter for our Toys for Tots event. So you can see a few guys decided to camp the night before. And they're all set up out there. A lot of different interesting gear, really great guys. Campfire and some music last night. We will expecting, I don't know, somewhere in the order of 30-ish people showing up for the day. And they will end up parked out here. And then we've got 3 little session areas and a number of topics ranging from camp cooking, camping gear, stealth camping, comms, navigation, recovery gear. Should be fun. We'll see how it goes. Overall, I'd have to say the event was a big success. We had about 25 or 30 rigs overall, similar number of people, lots of great feedback, and most importantly, this was all sort of our summer event kickoff session. A number of the people who attended the Introductory Academy then the following weekend joined us at our Return to Eminence event. In fact, a few folks the following day went down to the Badlands ORV Park in Attica, Indiana, which was another thought we had, and we had encouraged people to do that so they could test out their newly acquired skills. We don't know yet if this is going to be an annual event, but I suspect it probably will be. Okay, hopefully pulling out soon. It's just past 6:30 in the morning. Heading down with Illinois Overlanders to Eminence, Missouri. Should be a very fun outing. Kathy's got Sparky ready to go. We're going to take both rigs. Got the trailer all set. Hopefully a fun adventure. Had to skip last year. I remember it was COVID or what it was. But this year we're going back to sort of a season, almost like kickoff adventure. So in Eminence, nice trip Missouri. So far. A lot of wind, which is annoying. The truck bucks it a lot and drops the gear sometimes. But all told, very good. Gordon's just eating a quick sandwich. Took Coda out for a stretch of the legs, his big, white, beautiful dog. Sparky is doing fine. Kathy is very happy. So far, so good. Well, the GoPro is suddenly dead, so I don't know what that's about. I'll figure it out when we get to camp. But right now, we're just driving highway, I think it's 68 south from Interstate 44. It's one of the 2 or 3 ways to get from where we live to Eminence, Missouri. And it's kind of a beautiful, twisty, turny road through the Ozarks, so I enjoy this trip very much. This is the way we went home last time. We went on the Eminence trip with Illinois Overlanders. So when Waze, the sat-nav app, suggested it about halfway through the trip, I thought, let's go ahead and do it, because this part of the drive is quite scenic. So with Gordon's help, little tarp sitting in the rainstorm. Okay, finally. So somehow the other GoPro battery did not work. So I'm just holding the GoPro in my hand. We finally had to come inside the truck just because the wind, the storm kind of finally blew over, but of course blew over. So the wind came up and it lifted the tarp off the tarp poles. All the tarp poles landed, and then the tarps came down on us. You know, let's just lay the tarps down. So I'll show what that looks like here. That's one thing about using cheap tarps and telescoping poles. When the weather can't tolerate it, unlike like a, you know, $1,500, you know, bat awning, you just fold, you know, you just set the poles down, lay the tarp over your gear, and everything stays dry for the most part, and it doesn't flutter away in the wind. So that is the one nice thing, is blue tarp awnings fold up quickly and easily. All right, so again, I had to take the GoPro out of its case because the other battery just ran itself dead, even though the GoPro was off. So Kathy, when the wind wafted the tarp up and the poles fell down, Kathy ran and got in Sparky, and I ran and got in Amr. So actually not nearly as bad as it could have been, and this little bit of ingenuity worked pretty well until the end. This unfortunately came over. Oh yeah, that's because that pole collapsed. So I think the fridge is going to be fine. I did get a pretty good dousing there. Yeah, actually its plug, it keeps coming undone at the other end. But that was probably the end of the storms from what radar shows, so. All right, here with the Illinois Overlanders, doing our Eminence, Missouri run over to Echo Bluff Park. Rained a lot last night. Hopefully we'll have some fun trails. Should be interesting. Here in a second I'm going to try and poke this out like a periscope, and got Kathy and Sparky behind me and a few rigs in front of me. I didn't count this morning. I don't think it's as much as we had 2 years ago, but we got to have over 20 rigs. And some poor schmo made a turn and just ended up in the middle of us, so he's probably trying to figure out where he's going. Some of that fresh rock is very squishy, and I think that's what some of the people who rode the trail last night were discussing. How the crossings felt less secure because the what was underneath your tires you could feel squooshing around. Sounds like we're going to have a water crossing up here, then we're going to take, it's about 10 a.m. We've been, I think, going 10, 12 miles, something like that, mostly on a dirt road. And then we're going to give people a chance to stop for a bathroom break and then resume. Kathy's back there in Sparky doing just fine. It is pretty impressive when it's all in a line.
Yeah, I have all the points. I don't have.
Did they say what the count of the rigs was?
28.
28? Okay. Hey there. How's it going, guys? Doing all right. Enjoying the ride so far? So 28, is that what the count was?
28 vehicles total. And then don't forget we had like 26 water crossings.
Nice, nice. So we could strand one vehicle in each crossing and still have two get out.
Exactly.
Mark Spinner's up here somewhere from Topa Trek Overland. He's got the quote of the trip. The world is my bucket. How's it going, guys?
How you doing?
But it only works so well.
It does. It does. Yeah, we
How's it going, Coda? Oh, what's up? Everything good? Everything good? Yeah. Oh. Okay, nothing bad or broken.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, we're working on that right now. Hey, Mark, the world is my bucket. Quote of the trip.
That's right. You can quote me on that.
I will definitely quote you on that. Hey, how's it going, John? Just trying to get this whole line of vehicles at 28. And I don't know, you know, one thing I love about this group is the eclectic group of rigs. You know,
Yeah.
It's not like a Jeep club.
It's always
or
diverse.
That's right.
But it's mostly a Jeep club.
Well, yeah, that's true. More Jeeps than anything else, right?
Four Toyotas here.
Tom's our Hummer.
That's right, the
Yeah,
one
yeah,
Hummer.
yeah.
That's right. Now you're right.
Representing the Hummer.
You need to watch the Land Between the Lakes with Illinois Overlanders video.
I think
I got a lot of him in it, and he's just flying
with
through buttholes.
He says I'm a little heavy with a skinny pedal. I think I'm innocent, but
He
my
made the video interesting.
my drivetrain repairers would say you're probably right. A little heavy with the skinny pedal there. These are nice rigs.
Yeah.
How's it going? How's it going, guys? Glad the Land Cruiser's out here representing the Toyota crowd. Good, good. Those are beautiful trucks. That's the V8. Constantine has the V8 4Runner, like a 2003 or so. I think those are not super rare, but fairly rare, right? Yeah, yeah. That was cool. Nice rig. How's it going, guys? Nice. You got the road shower going. Sweet. How do you like that jewel cut setup?
I like it. I hate the bag.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who's got the lane?
Got it. Which one for the rest?
I like it. We got a Nissan representative as well. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Got I think just about every possible group represented here. We got some full-size trucks. We got a ton of Jeeps. We got a couple Colorados. How many people go out and say they got more than one Chevy Colorado in the trail ride? That's cool. You guys having fun? Good. Good. Thanks again, Angela and Maurice. Hey, I was trying to remember. Did we did I just not go last year? I thought we didn't do this run last year. It was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Okay, I'm not crazy. I kept thinking, no, it was 2 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, because you guys are talking about stuff that happened that I swear I don't remember, but it was such a big group, you wouldn't, right? Yeah. Unless you're, yeah. Cool. Well, I better head back. Thanks again for leading us. We're having,
Okay, back to back, moving again.
No worries. For what it's worth, I'm dropping to 4 low and engaging my rear locker here. It's the exit that's challenging.
Yeah, you wanna. We'll come through there, it's rough, it'll beat you. Copy that.
Unfortunately, I probably was not able to see there what Kathy was doing, but she must have really enjoyed that. That's one of the more challenging crossings of this trail, and Maurice was right there spotting, so it was all good, but that is a challenging crossing. You really hit a rock hard as you try to exit the stream, so it's pretty cool. I'm sure Kathy had a lot of fun with that. Yeah, you need to come forward, Kath, so they can pull up. Very nice. That's not insensitive at all. So did you have fun?
Yes.
That's the one.
It was.
Remember, that's the one where Jeff backed up last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you could hear. I'm just getting a pop in front of my drivetrain. Hopefully nothing major. But yeah, that rock as you come out.
I thought for sure my bumper was going to hit the small tree. But I don't know. I wasn't anywhere near it once I.
Yeah, I'm glad Maurice directed, because he told me, he's like, no, stay in the stream now, hard passenger. And then, of course, you don't like to take something like that with your wheel cut.
He just smiled at me and say something.
That's awesome. Did you take that? Did you change any of your settings? Or?
Yeah, I went to 4 low. I had trouble pushing the gear.
Sometimes it's like that, yeah, and roll forward a little bit.
Deeper, softer water crossing.
last crossing, nose dips in, and the water actually broke all the way up to up here on the hood, ran down the louvers, and steam came out the engine. So that was pretty cool. Fortunately, no damage. We're just waiting. Yeah, everything's fine. They're gonna try and get Maurice and Scott from the back to the front. So I think Angela's just waiting. How'd you like that water crossing?
It was fun. I almost hit Mike.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he's like, this way. I'm like,
okay, that's where I'll go.
That.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the water on the Hummer broke up over the hood and then went back down. Hey, Scott. And then like trickling louvers. I couldn't see. I got actually a pretty good shot of you out the sunroof coming up behind me. Oh. I did not want to let go, did it?
Great. Yeah, I was trying to kick you real hard because there's a big boulder there.
Oh, it was fine. You did fine. Yeah, it was awesome.
That boulder.
No worries. It was perfect.
Yeah.
That's a fun crossing. Yeah, you know you did something after you drive through that one. Yeah, with the sun, you might be able to see the steam coming out of Sparky. Fortunately, Kathy's very calm about it. She realizes it's just water and that her truck is fine. It's definitely something that could give someone concern. You're out having fun on a trail ride and steam is billowing out of the front of your vehicle after some water crossings. And a quick stop for lunch along a beautiful creek.
Go to sleep, you little babe. 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 Mom's gone away and your dad's gonna stay. Didn't leave nobody but the baby. Go to sleep, you little babe. 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 Everybody's gone in the car and the car didn't leave nobody but the baby. You're a sweet little babe. You're a sweet little babe. You're a sweet little babe. You're a sweet little honey in the rock and the sugar don't stop. Don't bring her bottle to the baby. Don't you weep, pretty babe. 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 She's all gone with the red shoes on. Gonna need another loving baby. Go to sleep, you little babe. 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 You and me and the devil makes three. Don't need no other loving baby. Go to sleep, you little babe. 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 Come and lay your bones on the alabaster stones and be my ever-loving baby.
out the back door. About halfway through, it's coming towards you.
So apparently somebody up toward the front, radios are interfering with each other. I've got a CB radio and a GMRS going on at the same time. So apparently a guy in a two-wheel drive Chevy, not in our group, was headed up this road. A guy in a side-by-side told us, and we're like, uh-oh, he's not going to make it. The people who'd driven the trail knew that. And he is stuck somewhere up ahead of us, so I assume we'll help him get out of there and figure it out from there. Someone called out he got stuck on the bypass, so that means the only way to get recovery to him, presumably, is on the non-bypass and then come back to him. So we'll see how it works out.
And let them know where to come to pick up his award.
They don't have ads, right? So.
Yeah, worst luck ever to get stuck in front of a group of 25 overlanding rigs. But Angela took her truck across just to the side of them and get them out of there pretty quickly. Is she going to winch them out? I see. Yeah, that rock's pretty soft.
Everybody's going to have something in the back.
Yep, John was just, or Rob was clearing out. All good.
So the first time in however long since I bought them, I broke out my chest waders. By the time I got there, they had the guy pulled out of the river. Someone who was not in our group. Not sure what he was trying to do there with a two-wheel drive truck. But once we had the chest waders, at least we could see where, as the guys who scouted the trail warned us last night, the challenge here is not depth of water, although it'll get deep fast if the rock slips underneath you. So where that guy was stuck, I walked by, a few minutes later, and there was no evidence of any kind of a tire track, which is how fast this river rock shifts. So don't have to go fast, just can't slow down. So then that guy got stuck, I think, a short distance farther up the trail, and then someone tried to take the alternate. This was actually the alternate, the harder route, and then high centered on a sandbar. That was no big deal. Kind of yanked him right off, but anyway, looks like we'll get through pretty quickly now.
I won't go to left, just to not have it tight when you come out. Hey, is anyone on the outward bank of the creek that can tell Mark Spinner to come move his Jeep? Or give us permission to move it?
It looks like they're trying to get Mark's Jeep.
I was going to move it. He's got his keys.
Yeah, Mark's over there with the camera. They're trying to tell him he needs to go move his Jeep. Right, just about out of battery here, so I don't know if I get this one, but this one's a little more straightforward. I'm not going to do anything fancy here. Maybe I'll do it and pop on the front locker just to be safe. And let's see how we do here. Curious, I didn't hear the compressor kick on, so I'm getting a little concerned about that too.
I'm sorry, who are you?
All right, here we go. This one's pretty straightforward, I think.
My center line is a real steel, no plastic.
Another one of those where the key is just do not slow down. Well, by feel, there we go. Say by feel, the front locker was definitely working. When I tried to turn, I definitely knew the locker was on, so that's good. It just means the seal is still good and tight. It didn't run for so long, I started to doubt it. And it released pretty quickly. Sometimes you just need to slow down a little bit or this or that. And the air locker releases itself, which is, it's a very nice bit of kit that I don't have to be in 4-low or do weird things to get the air locker on and off. So in a spot like that, I don't want to hold up the line. Like there, I just didn't want to hold up the line. I got to do a river crossing, the rocks are soft. No, I can just pop on the air locker, drive right through in 4 high, and then turn it back down. And hopefully I got some video there of Kathy. Back there in Sparky. And just when you thought it was safe to go home, I actually just about out of this GoPro battery. I'll switch it out next time I get a pause in the line. But another pretty good looking river crossing. Again, here I think I'm just going to go ahead and pop on the front air locker and stay in 4 high.
I think I get picked on way more than I need to pick in this whole set.
There again, I'm kind of trying to get the front locker to release as I steer coming out. I just don't want to put too much strain on my half shafts. It generally releases pretty quickly. Hopefully I got some of Kathy there. That was pretty cool. But I feel a lot of resistance when I go through those crossings and not a lot of traction. So I'm kind of just trying to maintain a good pace through it. So I went meandering down some dirt roads just for the sake of doing it. Then had no cell signal, but I was impressed. The sat-nav in Sparky was able to function without a satellite signal and took us to Alley Spring Mill, which we'd been to before, as opposed to Alley Spring, Missouri, which is about a mile and a half away. Eco-terrorist. So this is really beautiful because there's like a turquoise colored river here, and this is the headwaters of the river, which makes no sense until you read the sign and realize it's an underground spring that is so massive in volume that it's the source of a river. Now it's got itself sorted. Okay. And that's just to give the overview. It's at 81 million gallons per day. Ready to roll? Hike up the tree. It's pretty wonderful. So what we just did earlier today, I don't know if I'll be able to put these two clips together. We were standing on this bridge here at Alley Spring Mill, and we had to step against the rail because a Jeep drove over those two boards. Now, 2 years ago, Illinois Overlanders, we came to Eminence, and we drove a beautiful road along, I think it's a Jack Creek River, I can't remember what they call it. And it was just gorgeous. There are like cliffs on the one side, this beautiful turquoise water on the other side. And we drove. And what I couldn't remember, what did we do at the end? Did we turn around and go back? I don't remember driving it the other way. And when I was standing on this bridge earlier today, I didn't connect the two. And as Kathy and I were driving, we thought, well, that must be it. This has to come out on that wooden bridge. And sure enough, so you can just see there through the parking lot where that winding road comes down. It is just absolutely gorgeous. Just a beautiful little drive along the river. It's not always along the river, but at the end it's all along the river. And it's just wonderful. So beautiful drive here at the end of day 2. Tomorrow morning we'll get up, tear down camp, head to church, head home. But we had a lot of fun today. We drove around in Sparky down some county roads, and we came in eventually. We got back on the highway and came over here because I didn't realize once I crossed the main bridge I couldn't get back. I was just kind of half-heartedly hoping to find this. So it's, just near sunset. Maurice walked in and he said, hey, you can still go there. And he showed me on his phone where it is. It's very easy. Just stay on this side of the river and hug the road. And by golly, there we go. So just an absolutely gorgeous ride. And we're back here with the beautiful turquoise water from the spring that I videotaped with the GoPro earlier. So very cool, and a wonderful little adventure. I would love to have shared with you at least some can't dash video or whatever, but sun setting, and it's very narrow, and I had to keep my eyes on the road in case someone was coming the other way. So it would have been fun to strap the GoPro on the bumper and give some first-person viewpoint of how beautiful the road along this river is. But here in Eminence, Missouri, absolutely gorgeous. Sometimes the fun of an overlanding trip is going to church. So this is Bunker, Missouri. It's Christ the King. It's a mission church, and Mass should start at noon. So we're looking forward to that after our wonderful trip with the Illinois Overlanders in Eminence, Missouri.